Hi, kia ora. Can you hear me?
We have you. Yes, yes.
Okay, thank you. Sorry. Kia ora. So yeah, my name is Renan Katalioti. I'm a wine grower, organically certified wine grower on Banks Peninsula, South Island. And the reason I oppose this bill is because as a wine grower and as an organic farmer and food producer, we use a lot of techniques like cover crops, composting, trying to understand our environment, the soil life, to grow our food and to make it pristine, to make it extremely nutrient dense, to make the best wine as possible, to lower our impact on the environment that we live in, the waterways that are going through our vineyard or farms and going down eventually to the sea. So we go through a tremendous amount of work. I don't have time to explain all of it, but to lower our impact, build up soil, build up organic matter. And unfortunately, GMOs fail to do that. Today, we have the tools to lower our impact on our environment. We have the tools organically to mitigate climate change, pollution, the loss of biodiversity, and organic and regenerative farming can do that. They absolutely can, and it's been proven. It hasn't been proven that GMOs products can do that. There was no study made on that. And there's absolutely no study that can claim that GMOs can mitigate climate change or are even a benefit to our health. So that is why I oppose it. Also because New Zealand has an amazing status in the world of being GE-free. And this is incredible for our reputation and also our economy. I mean, we're talking possibly billions of dollars lost if New Zealand becomes a country that has no regulation on GMOs. And no regulation is very dangerous. It's very scary. It's scary for growers. It's scary for consumers. It's scary for everybody. We will suffer from such a move because people will move away from New Zealand and New Zealand's products. New Zealand's products that are supposedly clean and green. GMOs are not clean and green. So if that bill has to pass, one thing that we absolutely need is a huge amount of regulation on the study, on the growing. I think it should not be out in our alignment again, because once you open the gates, that's it. You can't go back. It is literally impossible to take GMOs back from the environment, back into a lab. And the one question that I have is why does New Zealand want to become a testing ground for the world, for the rest of the world, when we have such an amazing status of being GE-free? We need to invest heavily in organic, invest heavily in regenerative farming, and we do not need GE products. We absolutely don't need them. There's no benefits. It is just going to shoot ourselves in the foot for the future and for the future generations. As an organic grower, very quickly, it is already quite expensive and difficult to claim that we are organic, and it is going to be even more difficult and even more expensive now if GE products, seeds, organisms are allowed into the environment. Same for our wineries with the yeast and the bacteries. And will the government take care of that cost? Will they be accountable if something goes wrong? That bill doesn't offer that, and that is a big, big concern. So yeah, again, my question is why? And if it does pass, we need the government to step up, subsidize the cost that we will be bearing, but also regulate heavily on the use and production and sales of GMOs. GMOs only benefit corporations that are manufacturing and selling these products over the many, many, many consumers, farmers, politicians, everyone in this country will not benefit from GMOs. Only a few will benefit. So that is a concern, massive concern, and I do hope it doesn't pass. But if it does pass, we need to work extremely hard on regulation. Thank you for giving me the opportunity.
Thank you, Renan. Very good to have you here today.
Okay, he does bring up a bunch of interesting questions. For me, the big thought that's coming to mind is, isn't organically produced wine, isn't that one of our biggest exports to the States?
I think it, yeah. So we actually could end up being, we could end up going a lot more in with all sorts of things like that. I think this latest round of tariffs, it's inadvertently they've brought attention to what their actual own meat is. You know, Trump called his meat is manly meat. You know, like it's real meat because it's got hormones put in it, and you know,
okay,
it makes it like real big and real manly.
Oh, I see. Yeah,
and the EU doesn't want, you know, they don't want tough meat. You know, from
I'll put it this way.
So
Trump's real meat.
that's why he's penalising them. We've always had a struggle selling meat up to the last 5 years into or our product up to the last 5 years into America, but the American food system's collapsed so badly that most of their meat now comes from Australia, New Zealand, and Argentina, and the American consumer really didn't like our meat to start with because they reckon it tastes like liver because it's actually got a taste,
I like our beef fat.
Yeah, and now they're really getting to like it, and they especially like it in the burgers.
Yeah, they do
because of the fat. So, and I think they're also getting a real liking, like you say, to our meat, our wine, but it's not just a boutique product thing in America. The just the wanting the naturally farmed stuff, and it's enough for Americans if it's GE free, hormone free, grass fed. And it's like, as you can, I think, like, what the real theme of this is the people that would tell that story, they're very few. Like, if you look at Fonterra and you watch those people that speak for Fonterra or that speak for any of our lobby groups, they're bloody awful. Like, why would you be compelled to buy things off these people? And they say that they're the people that sell our stuff. Whereas that other guy, he's talking about Pure Advantage and stuff like that, and all that, all of our, even this guy, he's telling you how he makes the product. He's basically being transparent. There's nothing transparent about our industry. I mean, Greenpeace today are protesting another whole big heap of palm kernel coming in, and they've got to then fall all over themselves. It's like, oh, well, it's not taking down a forest. It's like, well, how can it not? Because it's palm. It's obviously come from a forest of palms, like it's a whole habitat that's gone. There's 40,000 tons of palm kernel. It didn't, no one's growing it commercially. So yeah, it's it's 100% that's what he'll be doing. It's like no added sugar. It's just the beat. Like, this is the market that can always hold in tough times because people won't not want to buy his product. Whereas they've got no reason to buy the commercial wine product. That there's nothing unique about it. They can buy that from anywhere. It's like, so he's got it in spades. But why haven't we heard about him before? Why haven't we heard? We don't hear about these people. These aren't the people that we've been, like our New Zealand food story is just so poorly told.
Yeah, I mean, while Trump's running around with his gender-affirming beef, all this whole some people, people do want a choice. Like, I could think of multiple reasons why someone may want to not buy a GMO laced product. Maybe they disagree with the ethics of that company. This is not just it's not just about health, but it's also about ethical concerns as well.
Well,
like, I don't go out of my way to buy Monsanto because I don't like their business practices.
But people will say, oh, I'm gluten intolerant, but then I go over to Italy and I have pasta over there and I can eat it. And like that is becoming. That's something that started out as a little bit of a murmuring on the internet, and now there's just huge podcaster after another that's saying, wow, and this whole being cautious of what you eat and what you expect to have in it and what you don't expect to have in it, that's a human consciousness that's always going to, when organics make an export market or Regen makes an export market, it's to keep. It's not flippant, but yeah, I mean, that's not all the future of it either. I mean, the thing is we need to feed the people better at home. So, that at the same time we're doing all of this, we're talking about bringing in another supermarket. It's like we need to bring little local co-ops and stuff like that and just liberate food, But no, he's the more people that I don't know that you can necessarily sway Sam. He is the chair. I don't know how you sway some of the people on this committee because there's one guy that he's been sitting there the whole time, and he's a national MP, and I've heard him speak twice. And he's a science researcher. So, like sort of the writing's a little bit on the wall with it, that they expect to just rush it through. And then every time somebody accuses them of doing it, they get way too upset for that not to be a bit of a like confirmation that yes, we are trying to rush it through, because they overreact. Yeah. It's just,
Yes, I definitely see that. It's like, whoa, Sam.
Yeah.
Call your jets. It's not fight night. It's not debate club. These people are just submitting their opinions.
Yeah. Did you see the one with the grey power guy?
Oh, no, I haven't seen that one.
Oh, wait till you see that. That's gold. That's gold. He tried to.
All right.
He tried to stop him, but he couldn't. He couldn't stop him. The grey power guy, he just had it all over him. It was real good, actually. But yeah. Anyway.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right. Next submission.
Yep.
Thanks for watching. Make sure you're subscribed to our Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Instagram, TikTok, News Guide, the Order Paper Podcast. YouTube, Twitch, Instagram, TikTok.